Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Little girl Stella again. So today we are doing a full face makeup tutorial. So please don't forget to subscribe. You got a big thumbs up if you like the video. You know how to. Let's get straight into this. So I'm starting off with Pears as my moisturizer. I'm applying this on a very clean base. My face is freshly cleaned, so I apply this all over my face as my moisturizer. So since I wanted that tinted brow effects and I want to do my brows first, so I'm trying to beat the system. So I'm applying my foundation first on my brows, blending it in with my damp beauty sponge. Then I will set it with my shade, the powder, my shade. After that, I brushed it up with my spoolie so that I would know how to outline my face. I'm using Davis number 3 eye pencil to define my brows, to draw my brows. How I draw my brows, from the bottom side I start from the beginning, while the top side I shift a little bit from the beginning so that you have that nice finish. Now I'll start filling. For my outer brows, I use very sharp pencil to draw hairline trans. I don't have hair, so I'm trying to mimic hairs. So I still go back with the spoolie to comb it up. To clean my lower brows, I'm using LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. And I always use little amount so that it will be easy to control. I use little. Anytime I want more, I go in and get more. I did a mistake there, like so I went back in with the pencil to draw that place that I messed up with. So I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer as my eyeshadow base. So I went in with it and set my base already for my eyeshadow. Blend it in with my good old beauty blender. And I set it immediately with my finishing powder. Guys, this has been a game changer for me, because you know when you apply LA Girl it creases, but if you set it up immediately, I find out that it doesn't crease. So I go in with my other foundation to clean up the top of my brows. And guys, please take your sweet time when you're drawing your brows. You go in and check if you have made mistake, apply again. That's why it's good to, as a beginner, you should do your brows first. Because you can correct any mistake without messing up with the makeup. So I still go in to draw more hairline trans so that it will look like I have a fuller brows. So for my eyeshadow, I'm starting in with the V Beauty Ijele X palette today. Starting with that burgundy shade. Now applying it on my outer crease, trying to open up the eyes, you know. And I'm building the shadow. I'm building it. If there is not enough, I go into my pan, dip my brush again and apply more. That's how I control my shadow, so that I'll get the texture I want. The remaining one, I use it and draw like a crease. So to blend my crease area, I'm going in with that brown, using a wind-like motion, like to blend it all in, and applying it so that it will start my contour, my nose contour. drag into my nose contour area. So for my main color, I'm using that gold and silver color, and I'm applying the silver on first to open up my eyes. Then I'm using the gold color, the gold shimmer, as my main color. Applying this all over my eyelid. And I went back in with that first burgundy shade to blend it all in. You know, we don't want those harsh lines. Everything should be blended, everything should be seamless. So I'm now using a gel liner to line my eyelid. And lining too is important as a beginner, because when you're applying your brows, it will help you blend in. So I'm using these two primer for my face today. I'm going in with the Becca primer first. Beecham primer first. This one gives that moisturizing feel, so I use it first. Then I go in with the Pond's. Apply this one all over my face. I have very oily face, so apply this all over my face. So my brows got tacky, so I applied my brows. I like using my hands to apply my brows. And when I apply, I press it with my natural brows so they will blend in together. So I'm using these two foundations today, the V Beauty and the Flawless Ivy foundation. This dry season, my complexion is a little bit darker, so I'm using those two foundations. I apply the darker shade, the outer area of my face, the lightest shade in the inner corners of my face. Spread my Kiss Beauty, spread it all over my face, and I'm using a brush today to start blending it in. And we needed a very full coverage today, so I'm using a brush because the beauty sponge sucked some of the product, so I didn't want no product sucked in, so I used a brush to blend it in. And I start with the darker shade first, then I blend it to the lighter shade. Since the brush is really big, when it gets to my nose area, I hold it in together. It could blend and not ruin my eyeshadow and my brows. So I still go in with the beauty sponge to make sure everything is well blended. And guys, please don't forget the neck too. So for my concealer, I'm using that same LA Girl Pro concealer in the shade Fawn, and applying it beneath my eyes, the bridge of my nose, and my forehead. And I'm blending it in using my Damn Beauty sponge, using a bouncing motion or a dabbing motion. And when you are blending your beneath the eyes area, you have to look up. You know, it will help you blend well. You have to open up your eyes while blending that area, so that you blend it as close to your eyes as possible without hurting your eyes. And guys, please take your time in blending. Makeup is just blend. So I blend, I take my time, I blend. So I'm going in with that orange shade as my blush. Hi, if you're new here, I'm a blush girl. I like blush. I prefer blush to highlight. So I go in my blush. So to set my face, I'm using that Flawless Ivy setting powder, that loose powder. And I'm using my Damn Beauty sponge. I apply the sponge on my, and I tap out the excess, then I blend. I don't bake. For my contour, I didn't want to do no liquid contour today, so I went in with that Avo Professional Powder Palette. Use that shade to snatch the cheekbones and my hairline too. I don't want it to look like I have a mask on, so I apply contour to the hairline, like to blend in. So for my nose contour, I'm going in with that lighter. I'm going in with a shade darker than my skin tone,
to snatch the nose up. I don't like those harsh contour, so I always go just one shade darker. So I smudge out my under eyes with that first burgundy shade, smoke it all out, then use an orange eyeshadow as my blush. So I go in with my finishing powder to apply all over my face. I blend it all in. So I'm going in with a white pencil to line my waterline. I say I wanted my eyes to pop today. And guys, if you want to have that plumpy lip, you should always line your lips first before you apply your lipstick or lip gloss. It helps the look plumpy, make it look juicy. So applying using this red shade. Is it red or still burgundy shade? Then fill it in, fill the inner corners of the lips. Go in with that pink shade to apply. I'm using my hands today. So I'm setting everything in so that everything will mix well with my Kids Beauty setting spray. I spray it all. I'm very generous with it too. Really generous with it. So guys, this is the final look. Hope you learned something from today's video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up if you like the video. We know I do. Oh my goodness. See you in the next video, guys.